Yes, people. Morning, afternoon, whatever time it is you're watching this video. Right, every time I put a video on, I get 4, 5, 6 messages off people asking how you start a business, what you need to do, how to get work, advice on setting up, mistakes I made, things like that. Just loads of people just asking me questions. So I just thought I'd do a video for you guys. I'll try and put it in a couple of parts because obviously it's going to be a big video, but I'll start from just the basics, just setting up. So I don't recommend starting a business too early. I got forced into it. So I had my first business when I was 21. I had an apprenticeship. The guy who I had my apprenticeship with let me down massively. He was paying me, I think I was getting something like £90 a week. I was doing rewires on my own at the start. After about 6 months I was doing rewires on my own. I was going out and doing full pack tests of schools. I was doing testing, and he was giving me £6 an hour. And then he told me that he couldn't afford me, and he dropped me. And dropped me really in the shit. I had no college. I couldn't carry on with college without an apprenticeship. I couldn't do anything. So in the end, what I did was I went self-employed and started subcontracting to companies on building sites to keep my apprenticeship going. Now don't get me wrong, I got a lot of experience commercially doing this, but I didn't get much experience domestically and with customers and talking to customers. I was going on site 10 hours, 12 hours a day, working away with the lads. It's good for life experiences and it's good for that kind of thing, but it just don't get you enough experience to run your own business. You need to do a bit of everything. So my advice is stay on your apprenticeship or stay with your starting company as long as possible. 5 years minimum 5 years before you start running your own business, because you'll struggle. And so when you do start your own business, once you've got your experience and you know what you're doing and you feel confident in everything, you need as a business owner, you need to be able to go to a job and have confidence that you're going to find the problem, find the fault, do the installation to a standard that the customer's going to be happy because they're paying you the money for it. If there's any problems, any issues, those problems and issues are landing on you. So you need to be confident that you can do everything. You can advise the customer properly. You can do everything that someone would expect to be paying good money for. So, but the first thing, what you do when you set up your business, the first thing, number one, most important thing is get a good accountant. Don't try and do this yourself. Don't try and wing it. Don't try and blag it, because you'll see some money in the bank. You'll be going 6 or 7 months, you'll see some money in the bank. You think you're doing well. End of the year comes and you owe a load of money. And all that money that you thought you was doing well with, all of a sudden it ain't your money and you're back at square one. So the best thing to do is get an accountant. They'll advise you on everything. They'll do everything. Keep in regular contact every month. Know your numbers. Work out what your business is costing you to run, so then you know what to charge. Number one, you need to know that no matter what. And then second most important thing is don't chase the money at the start. Don't think too money orientated at the start, because the money will come once you've got your van and your brand and your logo and things like that. What you need to do is you need to build on it. So don't try not to set up a business if you've got to turn up to somebody's house in a car, or you've got to drag ladders round on the roof of your car or things like that, because it's not a good look when you turn up. Get a van, get it sign written, get a name, get in people's faces from the start, from the get-go. Let people know who you are. There's people in the area need to know if they need an electrician, they want to go to you because they see you everywhere. Don't hide away. What that does, it gives you customers what's the word for it? It gives your customers peace of mind that you're not hiding, that you're out there for everyone to see. Your numbers, your address is online, your numbers online, everything's there. Everyone can see you turn up. Your name's everywhere. You or your lads, if you've got anybody working with you, have got your name on there, and you're representing your company the way you want to represent it. So don't chase the money at the start. Price accordingly to your overheads to get the work in. Don't focus so much on getting paid thousands. I know everyone thinks I've got a business, I'm gonna be rich. That ain't the case. For the first year, 2 years, you ain't gonna be rich. All the money you earn is gonna be invested back in. You ain't gonna be earning massive amount of money because you're new. No one knows who you are. You ain't gonna have massive amount of money for advertising, things like that. So at the start, just focus on the brand, the business, where you want it to go, rather than chasing money and thinking about money all the time. That's a big mistake that I did at the start. I was young. I thought, I got a business, I'm gonna be rich. That ain't the case, especially straight away. And then the third most important at the start, I think, is reinvesting and advertising. So after sort of 12 months and you know what's going on with the business, you've been on the tools yourself, you know what you're offering, you know your pricing for fuse boards, rewires, because most of it's going to be domestic at first. It's hard to get commercial unless you subcontract to somebody on a day rate or an hourly rate, something like that. Maybe somebody gives you a bit of a price, but I recommend domestic at first. But once you've got your feet under the table, you know how your business is running, you know your overheads, you know your costs, things like that. Then what you want to do is every penny that's not your basic wage, you want to pay yourself as minimal as possible for the first 3 years. So every penny that comes in that's not your wage needs to go back in the business. Advertising, get yourself a website, get yourself a marketing team that can get you a landing page on Google, pay for pay-per-clicks on Google, get on Checkatrade, get everywhere, get your name everywhere. If you can afford it, put yourself in local magazines. Put your name everywhere you can physically afford to put it, and then that's when your phone starts ringing. That at the start, you're gonna be struggling. You're probably gonna be getting 2-3 jobs a week, little jobs. Then you might get the odd rewire. Then you might get a fuse board change, and you earn yourself 600 or 700 quid profit in one day. Then you think, oh, I've made it, but then you'll have nothing for 3 days. Like, this is how it starts. And once you get the advertising there in the right place, then that is when the phone starts ringing. That's what you want. You want the phone to ring, and while you're working, you don't want to have to be chasing work, because you ain't got time, because you're working as well. So you need the leads to come to you, and for that you need to pay for it. You need to pay advertising companies, you need to pay marketing companies, you need to get your name out there. But that's my advice at the start. Another big thing is, don't go self-employed until you've got testing. You need to have everything. You need to be qualified, you need to have testing as much as you can. Don't leave a company until you've got everything. Get everything through the company, because these courses are expensive. They cost a fortune, and it takes time. So every time you're doing these courses, you're not working, you're not earning no money, you're not getting no money in your pocket, no money's going in your business. So stick with other companies until you've got everything you can physically get, and you're confident that when you leave, it's only going to cost you in time and reinvesting in your business, things for you. But yeah, this is part 1. If people are interested, I'll do another couple of parts. I know this is around 10 minutes, but there's a lot involved, literally. I've been in business from 21, I'm 32 now. So there's a lot involved. I made a lot of mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you don't learn from them. No one's had it swimmingly. I've gone bust 3 times. I mean, to nothing, £0. I've had to borrow money off the bank just to get myself back up and running. So don't expect it to be smooth sailing, because it's not. It's a hard road, and you ain't going to be a millionaire. It's not straight away. You're not going to be a millionaire for the first 5 years, so just forget about it. Even after that, like, it's hard to make you'll realise how hard it is to make £1 million. So just focus on the business, get a good accountant, and focus on reinvesting in the business for the first 1 to 3 years.